Hello, friends, dear teachers and students. I welcome you all in my YouTube channel once again. Friends, we are discussing various chapters and poems regarding the first year, second year, and third year syllabus of Swami Ramananda Tirtha Marathwada University. Friends, in this video, we are going to discuss about the very important short story, The Sniper, which is prescribed for second year compulsory syllabus among the semester 4th, and this is from unit number 5th, fiction, short story, and this is second or B short story, The Sniper, written by Liam O'Flaherty. Friends, already we have discussed about the contribution of Liam O'Flaherty to Irish literature. Now we are going to discuss about the short story, The Sniper. Let's begin the story. Friends, the story happens in the city of Dublin. In the month of June, there was faded twilight in the night, and in the dim light, moon was shone through the fleecy clouds, casting a pale light as of the approaching dawn over the streets and dark waters of the leafy river. This is the river flowing through the middle of the city, Dublin. Friends, this story is regarding the Civil War of 1922 in Ireland, and especially in Dublin. Friends, we found that in Ireland the country was divided into two groups. On one side there were the Republicans, and on another side there were Free Staters, and they were fighting or waging civil war. Friends, we know that. What are the long-lasting effects of the war? War is not useful, but it which spoil the life of man. In that regard, the story started in Dublin in night, and through the city there were the sounds of machine guns and rifles breaking the silence of the night, like the barking dogs breaking the silence in the lone farms. Republicans and Free Staters both fighting against each other, and we know that civil war is very dangerous for every country, which will going to spoil the nation. Friends, on the rooftop of near O'Connell Bridge, there is a Republican sniper lay watching. You know, what is meant by sniper? Sniper means a sharpshooter, soldier. And this is the story about the feelings and mentality and physical aspects of the Republican sniper. The Republican sniper was watching near O'Connell Bridge, and beside him lay his rifle. You know that how he was hung with a pair of glasses, and after watching the sniper and his face, is looking very young, like a student of 18 or 20, thin and ascetic. His eyes are cold and gleam, and really he was very hungry, but he was in very deep, thoughtful and eyes of a man who is used to looking at death. So death was in his eyes. You know, in the first part of the story, The Sniper, we found that appearance of the sniper. He was very hungry throughout the day and night, and so hungrily eating sandwich from his hand. Apart from that, looking that from 2 or 3 days he was hungry, so hurriedly he was eating the sandwich. Apart from that, he finished the sandwich and taking a flask of whiskey from his pocket. You know that everybody was under the roof behind the screen we found. And he returned again, and from the pickpocket again he was thinking to take one more flask. You know that, friends, in twilight or in night or during the war, lighting cigar is very dangerous. Why? Because it will be happening, or it will be really appearing for the enemy. In that regard, the Republican sniper was thinking about a smoke, but it will be very great risk for him. It was dangerous for him. In that regard, he has taken the risk, and flash might be seen in the darkness, and there were enemies watching. He decided to take the risk. Finally, he decided that he will take a smoke of a cigarette. Placing a cigarette between his two lips, struck a match, and at the same time he lighted the cigarettes. But suddenly, immediately, bullet flattened itself against the parapet of the roof, and the sniper took another whiff and put out the cigarette. What he think? That he has taken the risk, and suddenly bullets came towards him, but he ducked down the parapets. Then he swung softly and crawled away to the left. Cautiously, this is the first part. He raised himself and peered over the parapet. He was watching. He wanted to fire. He wanted to kill somebody. At the same time, in the twilight, there were some moments were happened. Almost immediately, a bullet flattened itself against the parapet of the roof. The sniper took another whiff and cautiously raised himself and peered over the parapet. There was a flash and bullet whizzed over his head. He dropped immediately behind the parapet. If he will not dropped, definitely he will dead down. Friends, due to the flash of cigarette, there was bullet towards him from the opposite direction. He rolled over the roof of the chimney stack in the rear and slowly drew himself up behind the parapet, and his eyes were level with the top of the parapet now. But he was unable to see anything before him. At the same time, in the dim outline of the opposite housetop against the blue sky, his enemy was under cover. His enemy was in the next house. And at the same time, this is the second part where actions has been started. There was an armed car came across the bridge, O'Connell Bridge, at a monstrous slow up the street. It stopped on the opposite side of the street, 50 yards ahead of the sniper. Sniper was panting off the motor. He was frightened. His heart was beating very fastly, and he realized that it was enemy's car. He wanted to fire, but he knew it was useless. Why? Because his bullets would never pierce the streets that covered the grey monster. Means car was covered with steel cover, and so his bullets will be not work on that car. Then round the correct of the side street came an old woman. There were some moments before the sniper, and her head was covered by tattered shawl. She began to talk the man in the turret of the car. She was pointing to the roof where the sniper lay and informer. Means the woman was pointing towards the sniper, towards the particular sniper who is from the very important part of the short story, that is the Republican sniper. Now this is in the second part. Then he rounded the corner of the side street and came an old woman, her head and the turret opened. When the woman came near to the car, the turret was opened, and man's head and shoulders appeared looking towards the sniper. Suddenly, sniper was successful to watch the head. At the same time, the sniper raised his rifle and fired. The head fell heavily on the turret wall. There was the death of the person who was in the car. At the same time, when there was a firing, the woman was routed towards the side street. The sniper again fired again, and the woman whirled round and fell with the shirt into the gutter. Means the sniper was successful to kill 2 lives. One person or one soldier from the turret of the car, armored car, as well as he was successful to kill the woman. But when this was happened, suddenly from the opposite roof, shot rang out and sniper dropped his rifle with a curse. The rifle clattered to the roof. Sniper thought the noise would wake the dead. Now there was very big firing towards the sniper. He stooped to pick the rifle up. He couldn't let it. Why? Because he was wounded. From the opposite side, one bullet was attacked on the forearm of the Republican sniper, and suddenly, with the pain, the sniper exclaimed, "I am hit!" He muttered, dropping flat into the roof and crawled back to the parapet. With his left hand, he felt injured his right forearms. Friends, it was a very bad situation with the sniper. Now his right forearm was badly wounded. Blood was coming out, and whole coat and sleeves were loathed with the blood. And there was no pain, just a deadened sensation to the right arm of the sniper. Now it was very dangerous situation. His right forearm was wounded. But what he has to do? He has to take a knife and from his pocket and rip open the sleeve. He observed that the bullet was in the bone, not come out from the another side. And so it must have fractured it, he think. So suddenly he want to recover it, overcome the pain. Then taking out his shield, he ripped open the bucket with the knife. He broke the neck of the iodine bottle and let through it. You know, friends, his right forearm was badly wounded, and he was working. His left hand was working or recovering or giving the medicinal treatment to his right hand or right forearm. At the same time, he done all these ideas with his teeth and with his left hand, and wedding over the wound and wrapped and dressing over it, he tied the ends with his teeth. Now he was really crying with a pain. He lay still against the parapet and closing his eyes. He was badly wounded and waiting for overcome the pain. It was near about the half of the night. In the street there was nothing. The armored car had retired speedily over the bridge with the machine gunner's head hanging lifeless over the turret. So car went away from the bridge, and the woman's corpse lay there still in the gutter. The sniper lay still for the long time, nursing his wounded arm. And what to do now? He was thinking that escape from the place. But he was waiting for the morning. Find that time must be come out, and he want to go away from that particular place, as well as he want to treat his right forearm, which was badly wounded. He thought of a plan. But now in his rifle there were no bullets, and he was in muzzle. He was unable to fight the rifle by his right arm. Now what to do? If he will be attacked, what he will do? But he will attack on the opposite side of the street. Almost immediately there was a report and bullet pierced towards the center of the cap. Suddenly the sniper wanted to check the situation, and for that purpose he put cap on the parapet, and suddenly when he put back cap on the parapet, suddenly bullets fired from the opposite side and the cap was scattered in many pieces, and suddenly he think that it is very dangerous situation for him. And so he think that if he come out from the parapet, he will be killed there. So he dropped there for few moments behind the parapet and dragging his hand. Crawling quickly toward the street, he peered up at the corner. He watching here and there. The other sniper seeing the cap, and we found that how attack was there, still out against the western sky. The Republican sniper smiled and lifted his revolver above the edge of the parapet, and the distance was about 50 yards. A hard shot in the dim light. They were firing against him. So his hand trembled with eagerness. Pressing his lips together, he took the deep breath through his nostrils and fired. Because he was watching one more sniper before him to the opposite side near about 50 yards, and with the report of his arm shook with the recoil. Then when the smoke cleared, he peered across and uttered a cry of joy. Means he was successful to kill one more person from the opposite side. His enemy had been hit. He was reeling over the parapet in his death agony. He struggled to keep his feet, but he was slowly falling forward, and he was in dream. The rifle fell from his grasp. His parapet fell over, bounded off the pole of a barber shop, then clattered on the pavement. The dying man, which was shot dead by this Republican sniper with his pistol, fell forward. The body turned over and over. Space hit the ground with a dull thud. Then it lay still. Friends, this is the second part where in fighting, sniper was badly wounded, as well as he was successful to kill 3 persons, 1 woman and 2 opposite enemies who are from the from free staters. The sniper looked at his enemy, falling and shuddered. The lust of battle died in him. Now he was also very thin and weak, and thinking to escape from the situation. Sweat stood out and beds of his forehead, weakened by his wound and long summer day fasting and watching on the roof. He revolved from the sight of the shattered mass of his dead enemy. Finally, his teeth chattered. He began to gibber himself, cursing the war, cursing himself, cursing everybody. Yes, friends, what is the outcome of war? Nothing. What is the outcome of war? Nothing. War is nothing but death. War is nothing but showing the futility of life. What First World War, what Second World War has given to the world? Nothing but heaps of the corpse. So he was thinking that wars is nothing but curse, cursing everybody. He looking at the smoking revolver in his hand, which was successful to kill one more enemy from the front. Frightened back to his senses, he shook his head. He didn't like to kill the men, but he was there. He became the sniper. Cloud fear scattered from the mind, and he left. And here, the third part of the story starts. Now, he taking one more flask of his whiskey from the pocket, emptied the bottle, and reckless under the influence of the spirit, he decided to leave the roof now and took his company commander to report. Everywhere around was quiet. There was not much danger in going through the streets. He picked up his revolver, put it in his pocket, and then he crawled down through the skylight to the house underneath. Now he want to escape from the place because there were no firing from the against direction. When the sniper reached the lone way on the streets, he felt suddenly curiosity of enemy sniper whom he had killed. Actually, initially he was not thinking about watching the head or appearance. But finally, he come very close where how was his enemy. He decided to going over have a look at him. Look at the killed sniper, opposite sniper. He peered around the corner of O'Connell Street. In the upper part of the street, there was heavy firing, but around here all was quiet. On the upper part of the O'Connell Bridge, there was firing, but in this situation, in O'Connell Bridge situation, there was silence now. The sniper darted across the streets. Machine gun tore up the ground around him with a hail of bullets, but he escaped. He threw himself face downward beside the corpse. The machine gun stopped. He wanted to fire. Then the sniper turned over the dead body and looked into his brother's face. When the sniper went very close to the dead body, and when he has looked at the dead body, he had seen that it was nothing, but it was the corpse of his brother. Friends, it was the futility of the war, where the sniper has killed his own brother. The sniper in the story takes the risk, but his good fortune, though he not killed, but he killed his brother, and he has also killed innocent woman. So friends, this is about the story, the sniper. But what we get from the story? The curiosity or futility of life, as well as how the sniper was very badly able to kill his enemy, but his enemy was nobody else, but it was his brother. So it was the futility of war. It was the unfortunate events or outcome of the war. Oh, Flaherty, through the short story, the sniper want to tell us that war is not the solution of life. The world did not need the war. The world need the peace. Because war did not give anything to us. Only dead bodies, corpses, and crying women and crying children will be the picture of after war. So, in 1922, there was civil war in Dublin in Ireland, and which was very heart-rending one, which was picturized by Flaherty through this story, the sniper. But friends, we have to put in our mind that war is not the solution. Peace is the solution. War is not it is not the solution. It hasn't outcome anything for us. But we have to love each other. We have to love of peace, and we have to spread these very important messages. Because in war, though that will be the civil war or any kind of war, there will be the deaths of innocent men and women, and there will be the downfall of that country. So in this regard, the sniper is a very interesting story, an eye-opener for everybody who is expecting war. Because in war, there is the murder of our enemy, but that enemy could be our brother or any among our relatives. So friends, think this very important aspect from the story, that war is not the solution, peace is the solution. So friends, I humbly request you that circulate this beautiful story among your friends, and I stop myself here. The short story, very beautiful short story written by Flaherty. Thank you friends. Thank you very much.